In the name of Allah, the most merciful, the most gracious. My dear students, third intermediate, today we will start with Unit 8, Lesson 1. The unit is titled Progress, Present and Plants. We will start with Lesson 1. Progress, Present and Plants. Arab and Muslim contributions to science. The first task, reading, work in pairs, ask and answer. (1001) Inventions is an international scientific and cultural organization. It publishes books and holds exhibitions to help people around the world discover the contributions of Muslims to science and culture. For example, major exhibitions were held in Tehran, in Saudi Arabia in 2012, and in Washington, USA in 2013. Read the passage again. International scientific cultural organization publish exhibitions contributions. These are the most important words in the passage. The first question: what can you learn about in today's lesson? The answer: I can learn about Arab and Muslim contributions to science. Number 2, what's 1001 Inventions? An international scientific and cultural organization. Number 3, why does 1001 Inventions hold exhibitions? To help people discover the contributions of Muslims to science and culture. Number 4, what else does 1001 Inventions do? It publishes books. Number 5, what was held in Tehran in 2012? What was held in Tehran in 2012? A major exhibition. These are the answers to the questions. Number 2B, reading. Complete the missing words from 1 to 5 in the sentences. The words described, developed, discovered, invented, used, and also we will add the centuries. An early camera was invented by Ibn al-Haytham in the century The manufacture of soap was in an Arabic book in the century. Mathematics was improved and developed in the century by two Muslims. Sheikhs were by Arab businessmen in China in the century. Vaccinations were discovered and used in Turkey in the century. Now we will add the centuries. as you see. So we completed the missing verbs and the missing centuries. An early camera was invented by Ibn al-Haytham in the 10th century. The manufacture of soap was described in an Arabic book in the 12th century. Mathematics was improved and developed in the 9th century by two Muslims. Sheikhs were used by Arab businessmen in China in the century. In the 9th century, vaccinations were discovered and used in Turkey in the 18th century. Complete the missing dates from A to E in the sentence. The famous Arab scientist Ibn al-Haytham was born in Iraq in the 10th century. The science of optics was established by him, and the camera obscura, an early kind of camera, was invented by him. In Europe, soap wasn't known before the 13th century, but was known in the Arab world many years before. The manufacture of soap was described by an Arab writer in a book that was written in the 12th century. Soap was manufactured in North Africa and it was exported to Europe. Mathematics was improved and developed by two Muslims, al-Khwarizmi and al-Kennedy, in the 9th century. They were famous for their discoveries in math. The word algebra in English was taken from Arabic. It was named after part of the title of al-Khwarizmi's book. Complete the missing dates A to E in the sentences. The word sheikh in English was taken from the Arabic word sak, which means a written promise to pay for something. Sheikhs were used by Arab and Muslim businessmen in China in the 9th century. So money or gold wasn't transported through dangerous places. Vaccinations are injections to stop people catching diseases. They were discovered in the Muslim world. An early kind of vaccination was used in Turkey. These vaccinations were seen by the wife of the English ambassador to Istanbul, and the idea was brought to England in 1724 by her. Vocabulary word families. We have a table in front of you. The first part on the left is noun, verb, noun, adjective. So, noun, verb, noun, adjective. Cultural, culture. Contribution, contribute. Nation, national. Injection, inject. Science, scientific. Vaccination, vaccinate. Arab, Arabic. Invention, invent. Math, mathematical. Mathematics, mathematical. These are the answers to the word families. Look at the answers. Culture, contribute, national, inject, science, vaccination, Arabic, invention, mathematics. Pronunciation, work in pairs, say the pairs of words from the table. Organize, organization. Organize, organization. Language, help. This is the grammar of today's lesson. The grammar is the past simple passive, which is formed was, were plus verb 3. Was is used with I, he, she, it. Were is used with you, we, they plus past participle or verb 3. The past simple passive is used for actions and facts which happened in the past. Look at this sentence. Look. Checks were used in the 9th century. Were used is a passive, past passive form. Speaking, work in pairs, ask and answer, say full sentences. Inventions: China, soap, 1724. North Africa, Ibn al-Haytham, algebra. The science of optics was established by Ibn al-Haytham. Europe soap wasn't known in Europe in the 13th century. Were sheikhs used by Arab businessmen? When was the idea of vaccinations brought to London? Say the full sentences. Say the full sentences. The science of optics was established by Ibn al-Haytham. Soap wasn't known in Europe in the 13th century. Soap was manufactured in North Africa. Algebra was taken from Arabics. Sheikhs were used by Arab businessmen in China. The idea of vaccinations was brought to London in 1724. This is the end of our lesson, Unit 8, Lesson 1, 3rd year intermediate, progress, present and plans, Arab and Muslim contributions to science.